Hi, just a quick video to cover some of there's been a few developments over the Online Safety Act in the last few days, really. So they're quite critical updates on investigations and regulatory expansion. This legislation is going to get bigger. Some of us are hoping it disappears altogether, but at the moment it just seems to be expanding. So let's have a quick look about this UK legislation. So Ofcom basically has launched some age verification investigations. It's looking at 5 companies which it's put under formal investigation. So those include Cyberitic LLC, Web Prime Inc., Young Tech Solutions, ZD Media, and Xgroove Provider. Now I'm not sure. It looks like Cyberitic is a US company with the LLC. I'm not sure about the others, but what they can do to these companies who are based outside the UK, I don't know. But basically, there are 22 porn sites that are being picked, run by these 5 companies. And formal investigations were launched yesterday, 11 September 2025. And basically, they're not compliant with age verification requirements. So what's happened here is they've just not bothered. They've not put any age verification process on any of their adult websites. So I'm surprised they've gone after websites so quickly, really, because government legislation is not usually policed this effectively. Well, mind you, all they've done is announce they're starting an investigation, so who knows what's going to happen. This is the first major test of these websites have to put in highly effective, not my words, age checks. They're mandated under the Online Safety Act. And of course, this came in 25th July 2025. But there's more. Okay, what the Ofcom have announced is an expansion of the offences, and quite a big one, really. They're focusing on self-harm. So there's been a legislative amendment announced. I'll put a link to the actual announcement in the description below if you want to read it. It's not very exciting, but basically the government plans to amend the Online Safety Act, making content that encourages or assists serious self-harm a priority offence for users of all age, not just children. Now, this is important. The Online Safety Act has always focused on children, and therefore age verification is crucial to this. Now, the fact that most of us are using VPNs to bypass all this is kind of irrelevant in some senses. Incidentally, if you want my recommendation for a great value VPN to bypass all this nonsense, I've got a great discount for you in the description below. Over 70% off NordVPN. But anyway, other VPNs are available. So this is basically an offence. Online Safety Act is saying that any of this self-harm content is an offence irrespective of age. So you can't just put an age verification barrier and let that protect you. These websites have got to prevent such content from appearing. So it's beyond a reactive takedown as well. So it's not you just remove content. You actually got to proactively prevent this content. Now, again, this is another one of these murky areas that's going to be so difficult because thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands of evens of websites rely on user-generated content like forums and bulletin boards and all sorts of things, all these social media. So they are basically saying that you have to police these and actively stop people. Promoting self-harm is one thing, but people will be, where do they stand on people discussing it? I really don't know. And so many websites, again, I think we'll see more websites closing down here, or at least blocking access to the UK, because if you're in any sort of area where these subjects might be covered, it's going to cost you a fortune to try and police this. It's okay for the likes of X and Instagram and Facebook, but lots of sites don't have. I know for a fact that many football sites that I read a lot have little sort of sections where on mental health. It's quite feasible that discussion about some self-harm content could go in there, whether it's proactive or just discussing it, I don't know. So big problem, I think. Laudable ideals, again, implementing it it's going to be difficult. So that's basically it, really. I just wanted to give you those two updates. The fact that they're chasing after these porn sites, they're going for them. Well, at least they are making the appearance of going for them. And secondly, they're expanding the legislation, so they're putting in expanding it to different subject areas and including adults in it as well. So basically, the regulatory landscape's changing. There's a clear enforcement trend. They're being much more assertive here and use investigative powers that they've got under the Act against non-compliant platforms. They're expanding the scope, broadening the OSA remit from child protection to encompass adult user safety. Again, very laudable as well, and compliance imperative. So digital platforms are under pressure in the UK, and it's not an easy time for them. And small websites and small user-moderated sites are gonna struggle with some of this legislation. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. I was trying to keep this short and I failed again. So keep watching this channel and subscribe if you want more updates on the lunacy that is the Online Safety Act. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.